Well, joining me now to dissect these developments and to break down the week that was, two top-notch commentators who have become proficient at scouring those headlines and unearthing everything that's above and under the radar. And they are the Arise News analyst and former chairman of the editorial board of Daily Trust newspaper, Mahmood Jega, and the public affairs analyst, Mazi Nnamdi Dixon Iroegbu, who is both a member of the opposition PDP and an obedient. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me come to you, Mahmood. Your reaction to Governor Abba Yusuf's resignation from the NNPP, is this, in your assessment, a personal political calculation or a signal that smaller parties are essentially buckling under pressure from 2027?
Well, this event in Kano has been long in coming. For several weeks it was being speculated that the governor was moving out, and initially it was not certain, but the statements that were made at several meetings by the party leader, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, suggested that there was something like that, because he was talking about betrayal and things like that. And then just in the last 2 days, it looked like Kwankwaso himself had not exactly decided what he wanted to do, and there was speculation that the governor was going to take him to meet the president and that they will move together. And all this was speculations. But today, finally, the governor has resigned from NNPP, and it is all but certain that he is going to APC, because it has been speculated for long. What? As far as I can see, it's a very big gamble on his part, especially going without the leader, which is Kwankwaso.
What do you think will happen with Kwankwaso himself? There's been speculation he might go to the ADC.
Yeah, but he set a very high demand, which is, I think he said at one of the meetings, that any party that he goes to must give him either the presidential or the vice presidential ticket, and he must be addressing ADC, because he could not possibly tell APC to give him the presidential ticket. Now, even ADC, which is full of very big politicians, I don't think they can guarantee him that, because he will say that he got more than 1 million votes in Kano in the last election. But no, he got more than 1 million, I think 1.4 million votes, but 90% of it was in just one state. Now, that does not convey strength in presidential election calculations. So it is the governor also who has taken a very big risk, because the first hurdle is whether he will now get renominated by
he's going to get the ticket.
Because APC in Kano also has many big candidates who want to contest for government.
Well, clearly, Mazi Dixon Iroegbu, he hasn't announced his political destination, but we know where he's headed, don't we? And what does this mean for Kano's enormous voting power? Does it weaken the NNPP beyond recovery now?
The movement of the governor, as far as I'm concerned, this is the only thing the government of Tinubu has done very well. That's the only thing, bringing the elites, to his camp and all that. So securing Kano is a big win for him, but did the people move with the governor? That we'll find out, because the governor, did he become governor on his own popularity and all of that? No.
Although he says he's taking all the members of the state assembly.
Well, I hope he takes along the people of Kano. Kano is the state of...
Well, that's crucial, isn't it?
Yes, very important. And Kano voters are very informed. They can make their decision. And I won't believe that the governor is on his own at the moment.
So will it be a
find out otherwise?
Will it be a choice between those who follow the governor and those who follow the leader of the party, depending on which direction he goes?
If Kwankwaso, from the experience he has gotten now, because if the proposal that was given to him in 2023 was accepted, for him to form alliance with Peter Obi and all of that, if he has realized that he can form that alliance, then the two of them can can make a major statement in 2027. A P2B presidency with Kwankwaso as vice would really make the villa, loosely.
Well, we'll have to watch and see. Let's turn to Rivers State, Mahmood. The tussle for power there and the rule of law. The impeachment push has stalled. Is this the rule of law working, or political actors, specifically in Nyesom Wike, miscalculating his leverage in Rivers State?
You see, Oga Charles, when I think back, as far back as the Second Republic, in all impeachment matters of governors and deputy governors, it requires a certain level of partisanship on the part of the chief judges of states for it to be successful. Why did I say that? The courts themselves, in 1981, when we had the first case of the Kaduna State Assembly trying to impeach the governor Balarabe Musa, the High Court, the Appeal Court, and the Supreme Court all said that the courts cannot stop the Assembly from impeachment process, because it's like stopping it from passing any other law, because they are constitutionally empowered to do that. But this time, as we can see, the courts in Rivers in particular have stopped the process. That's just one point. Now, when we discussed this matter right here on your program some months ago, I did point out that, okay, the Wike camp has the overwhelming majority of members of the Rivers Assembly enough to impeach the governor. But they have one obstacle, which is the chief judge of Rivers State, because it is the chief judge who will appoint the panel. And in all the experiences that we have had of impeachment of governors and deputy governors, the chief judges usually collaborate to set up a panel that will return a guilty verdict. But in Nasarawa State in 2014, the PDP majority in the assembly initiated the impeachment of the APC governor, Umar Tanko Al-Makura. But the chief judge set up a panel which returned a not guilty verdict. And the Constitution says if the panel brings a not guilty verdict, that is the end of the process. And I suspect that in Rivers State we are heading in the same direction. And the pro-Wike members of the assembly were aware of it, because some months ago they tried to remove this chief judge, Samuel Amadi. They tried to remove him. They said that he falsified his age or something like that. And I could see immediately it was because they probably failed to get his cooperation to set up a kind of panel that will automatically return a guilty verdict against the governor. But now we haven't even gotten to that stage. He got one of his colleagues in the same High Court to issue an order, and he said, I must respect this order. And then the assembly members said they are appealing, and this kind of thing can take a very long time. But in the end, even if the Wike camp wins, it is still the same chief judge who will set up the panel to probe the allegations, and we'll see how it goes.
Indeed. And Mazi Dixon, without impugning the integrity of the judiciary, do you see the hand of Abuja in all of this? I mean, and beyond that, does this strengthen Governor Fubara now by effectively exposing the overreach from the other side, or does it weaken him by keeping Rivers State almost permanently on edge now?
The movement to APC, this is the result. It was Adams Oshomole, former chairman of APC, who said once you join APC, all your sins will be forgiven. So the protection he's getting is just simply because of that move. I have stated on this show before that Nyesom Wike has been thrown under the bus. He's just probably going to realize it a bit more, maybe later. The truth is that Fubara is now with the president and will be protected by the president, and that's what has played out. So, but unfortunately, it's the Rivers people that are suffering. Governance is suffering in Rivers State. That's just, I wish all of these political games they are playing was favoring the people. They moved to APC, Fubara is just saving himself. How well has he performed thus far? Rivers people can attest to it, that governance has suffered terribly under his watch. So it's all politics and then distraction from the purpose of his emergence as governor. Let him continue to enjoy the protection for now, but Nyesom Wike should begin to realign. The earlier he does that for himself, the better, because the damage he did to his party, you know, when you burn down your father's house, when you go outside, you become homeless. So he cannot in any way at the moment be secured anywhere, because he attempted to burn down the house that built him, that gave him leverage to even become minister. So
that's the PDP.
Yes, the PDP, of course, my party. So let him enjoy it. But Fubara, his days can also be said to be numbered, because APC has put it on notice that there is no automatic ticket to anybody who is coming into their camp. So some of them who moved in along the way, by the time PDP secures its position again, most likely they will have to start coming back in droves back home.
Well, that'll be something that will be very interesting to watch, won't it, as we get closer to 2027. Yeah.